we always recommend, in order to avoid these costly repairs or even replacements, we like to recommend, first and foremost, testing of the concrete, especially when you're dealing with a space that might be on grade or even below grade. We would always recommend testing the concrete, find out where the moisture levels are in that slab, and we have to understand that those levels or those readings that we get back are only a snapshot in time. So even though we might follow through with the RH probe test, the calcium chloride test, we have to understand that the readings we're collecting are for that period of time that we perform the test, and that over time moisture levels can rise or fall. So best thing to do, especially on grade or below grade, is to consider or follow through with an application of an approved moisture mitigation product. And here at Maxxon, we offer a couple of different or a few different types. The first is a product called MVP-1, which is a single component primer type material. It requires porosity or absorption of the surface. Can't be anything in its way or blocking its way from penetrating the pores of the concrete, because that's how it works, right? It penetrates into the pores and it swells within each pore of the concrete, blocking out moisture vapor from emitting from the surface. So it's pretty easy to apply. Basically, just going to pop open the bucket, whip up the material real quick, give it a stir with a 5-gallon paint stick, and then you can go to the paint tray with it, and you could apply your first coat in a north to south direction. The second coat, 40 minutes to an hour later, can go down in the east to west direction. And then when that dries, that becomes your primer and your mitigation solution, and it's ready for application of an approved Maxxon underlayment material. So that product would give you protection of up to 100% RH and 25 pounds of MVER. And again, it requires porosity of the subfloor. So it's pretty important that you do a water drop test first to make sure you have the porosity or the absorption that is required.